Page 5, baby, outside. That's what we on. Yeah. G Herbo.
Every day some new shit. Beefing with my bitch right now, but life still lit. Riding down the strip, $500,000 whip. 5 M's for the kids for ice like this. Everything I want to hit, I scratched them off the list. Ask about me, word around the town, I'm a pimp. Ho won't get my heart, I'm putting it down, I'm not a simp. Big OG, I'm him. Park the back the lamb and then go GLE, I'm trip. Catch a nigga at Blam, Drench gang, we ain't nothing like them. Only nigga you know that rap come through the rack, no tech. Hustler got the racks back.
Yo. Page 5, we outside. Listen. Peace and blessings to all my people. Hope everybody give out the good energy today and hope they get good energy back. That's how we gonna start the day off. You know, I was shopping block. You know, it's Saturday evening. We chopped it up about a few things. We gonna kick it. Feel free to chime in, and we gonna just chop it up. You know, listen, we don't know these people, so we're not here to talk about people and who they actually are. We're talking about circumstances and situations. And just conversating about a couple of things that's been on everybody's mind all week. You know, I got a couple of opinions from an OG perspective, and I like to offer that without having to put somebody down. So I'm gonna start the day off like this. For starters, yo, I'm sending love to all the fathers that's doing what they gotta do. All right, I'm saying Happy Father's Day from me to you. All right, and peace and blessings and peace of mind. All right, I'm proud of you. I know you're doing what you can when you can, you know? And I know it don't seem like enough, but I'm proud of the fact that you are making an effort to be better about your responsibilities in this world. You understand me? I mean that. You keep doing what you're doing. People don't tell you they proud of you. People don't tell you to keep going. People don't say, you know, it's going to be all right. I'm telling you it's going to be all right. The love you give your children gonna come back to you. The love you give people come back to you. Have faith in that. Don't be one of them people that's selfish with all the things you have inside of you. Don't be that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if your first assumption about a person, I want it to be that they are kind. Just naturally assume that they are kind and be kind. And by God's grace, you'll get that kindness back. It's just that simple, you know. If you want kindness in the world, you need to be kind. That has to happen, you know. And I want to join the next live. Add me on the Discord. Okay, hey, what's up? What's going on, chat? All right, Emma thank you, appreciate it. You know, but I wanted to say that because, you know, I look at a lot of young people. You know, I'm a well-learned person, so I see things a little bit more clearly than some young people because they're trying to figure some things out. But I have to admire the effort that they put in to be better and to get better and to elevate and grow. And I'm just saying, and not enough of us in my tier group are trying to build you guys up to keep going, you know. When you got 3 kids, they all under 10, shit, it's thick. Shakur, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's thick. You know, my daughter got 3. She had 3 kids in 10 years. The oldest just turned 10. She cook every night. She do the laundry. She tend to them kids. All right? I'm proud of her, you know. Thank God she got a good man. He love her on her worst day. I mean that, you know. And it ain't because she got a lot of brothers, but she just, she's really like that, you know. There's certain things about women that we can't make them be. And as men, I'm here to tell you that you can't make them be the way you want them to be. Some of the things that you want out of women kind of sort of have to be already in them. Just like they say, who raised you? We say to them, who raised you? That applies both ways. You understand what I'm saying? You know. So, cooking, cleaning, you know, a lot of it has to be in people. Okay? Listen, you're just a person. Whatever you did 20 years straight, consistently is a part of who you are. Okay? You're just a human. What makes you think that you can follow a practice for 20 years and it didn't affect you or change the way that you do things? It did. You understand? You know, my old reference, Shakur, if you saw your mama getting beat up for all your youth, it's only 2 sides you're going to pick. You ain't gonna never hit a woman in your life, or you're gonna be beating chicks up your whole life. It affected you either way. So you have to face the realities of the fact that you're just a person, and you need to fix you. God expects for you to find happiness wherever He puts you. You got to work on that. But first, face the realities in which you actually live. And I mean this. I know it's thick. I know how hard it get. You know. But I ain't gonna lie. The young people I've been around, they're doing great. They're loving their children. You know. Nobody said anybody perfect. All right. Nobody is. But they making a great effort. And if you got young people around you, you know, and I mean this shit. If you got young people around you and you see them going that mile for their children, commend them. Seriously. Big them up a little bit. Motivate them a little bit. Inspire them. It'd be great, you know. Because technically, you know, a lot of us, we did that already. I did the little kids thing. You know, I volunteer and do the grandkids thing because those are my grandkids, you know. It's a little bit different. They go back to their parents, stuff like that, you know. But when you ain't got no days off with your children, and yeah, and you relinquishing that, your whole heart and body and mind, yeah, man, I appreciate you doing that for your children. And I tell young people, I say, listen, baby, I know how hard you struggling. I see a chick at the elevator, 2 kids, and it's raining outside, she going through it. And I tell her, I say, listen, don't worry about it. Them kids gonna give you all their love back. I see you, mamas. You're gonna be all right. I mean that. You know, if you don't got faith that it's gonna get better, what the hell are you doing? You mean? You ain't no mouse, and you ain't what they call that? You're not a gerbil in a cage just running around in circles. You know. So this podcast is to bring up an awareness of certain particular things, you know. But I want it to be uplifting, you know. I want people to say more positive things to the young people. You know, I want them to big them up, be more of helping. Okay, I understand you can't always reach out. But sometimes that little bit of inspiration that they need can help them fulfill the rest of their day. Just try it. And it starts with your kids, you know. Just call your kid and tell them, you know. And, one of my grandsons reads so well, I just had to compliment his mother. Boy, 4 years old and tell you about a whole lot of stuff. And she be on it with him, you know. And I just had to call and tell her I'm very impressed, you know. That's all. And guess what? She received it so warmly, it was fire, you know. Because see, grown people got a lot of things going on. So when a grown person take time out of their day to spend 5 minutes to share something positive and uplifting to you, appreciate that. And when you receive that, please pass that along, you know. I see what you're doing, you know. I see what you're doing. I know you're tending to them kids every day. You're making sure they get to school. You understand what I'm saying? You're making sure the clothes stay clean. You know you got to feed them every day, and you're not feeding McDonald's every day. You're trying to cook something for them. What Pac says, Shakur, you know, fixing a hot plate, you know. Because when you're hungry, boy, that hot plate come in handy. That's the way little kids, you know, little kids are different. They're not going to ask you where you got the food from. They just want to eat, you know. So it gets down to that, you know. So I appreciate you young people that's making the effort to try to be better parents, be better people. And I'm asking you to pass that kindness along to anybody who can, because that kindness is going to come back to you and uplift you. The love you give out to those in your circle and square life, it's going to come back to you. Please have faith in that. And that'll make you a better person all around, you know. Don't be a person that money made you. Make money. Don't let money make you. You're the same person even when you're broke. Remember that. You know.
What Dion said.
What he
Money
said.
don't make me, I make money. Yeah,
that's right. That's how it goes. I mean, you know, how good are you without no bread? Ask yourself that, you know. When you ain't got no money, how cool are you with your friends then? Is the chicks answering the phone because you can't take them down the spot you used to take them to? Instead, you want to go to a happy hour uptown, you can save a couple of dollars. You can't take her downtown, you know. Yeah. How friendly is she with you then, you know? Ask yourself those things, you know. But yeah, we just chopping it up, Shakur, man. I got the chat going on with me. I got some people listening to me, you know, and I'm just going to keep it, you know, real OG perspectives all the time. I don't know these people. But the first thing I'm going to talk about, because we've been talking about it in the hood. Okay, I'm in New York. I'm in the Bronx, right? Now, around where I'm at, and this is the West Bronx, I'm right by the Major Deegan. You can see Harlem from my building. the bodegas around here are owned by the Muslim guys from Yemen. All right, they own the majority of the bodegas in our neighborhood. So Donald Trump banned 12 countries, right? He banned the 12 countries, and they going nuts. Telling me they can't go home, their wife can't come back. Cause usually they go home, they stay about 4 months, and then they usually go back to Yemen about 4 months every year, and then come back. You know, bouncing back and forth. Now they don't get to do that. You know, cause magically, all those bodegas are owned by men from Yemen. One dude got 3, one got 4, one got 2, 6 of them got 1 apiece. Yeah, and they from here all the way up to Fordham. And I know all of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Out there, I'm in the circle with these guys. I know them. We friends and all that. But they had a real problem with that. So yeah. So I don't know the circumstances around that. All I know is it's going to affect us to here because they're mad. And now we don't know what they're going to result to, because I'm trying to see what their temperature is, like what's going on with y'all. Why they ban y'all? Y'all up to something? What's popping? And they cracked it up, Larry. Oh, come on, comp. We ain't like that. I'm like, nah, I ain't saying that. I'm saying what you connected to, man. Be mindful of where you at, man, because we welcome them in our neighborhoods. We friends with them, And they told us what their plight was, and we told them how we felt about it, and we laughed it off because Donald Trump gonna be Donald Trump. You know exactly who you're dealing with. Ain't no question mark about that dude. If he say he gonna do something, he usually do it. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Just don't be the type of person where his decisions determine your life. Think ahead of that. Okay. Oh yeah, and while we talking about Donald Trump, the Elon Musk Trump fake beef. I don't care what nobody say, it's fake beef. It's fake beef. I don't believe that at all. Neither one of them can be controlled, and each one of them are their own entity, so they're going to clash. Just like 50 and Mayweather. They're going to clash, but they're not going to affect each other's beef. They just respect each other, what the stance on things. And they're going to disagree, but they're not going to never collide because they know what the other one is capable of. You understand what I'm saying? 50 and Mayweather beef, but they don't never collide. They're not going to collide. They're going to and that's the same thing with Trump and Elon. They're not going to collide. Straight of it down. They're not going to collide. That's what happens. What you think about that, Shakur?
I feel like I don't know why they even telling us. They care so much about Elon Musk and Trump. Trump got a lot of people that don't like a lot of shit he's doing right now.
Right.
And they made this relationship with Donald Trump and his shit with Elon Musk a thing. Like, they mentioned it from the beginning. Like, oh my God, he's a billionaire. Like, they just always mentioned it. But, like, they never say nothing when billionaires come see the president. They all come see the president. Or the president see them. So, it is what it is. I feel like we shouldn't even care. From the beginning, about them.
You say we shouldn't even care, Ryan? What else? Like I said, it's a lot of different things going on, and we kind of got to wait till the smoke clear, because I don't deal with the fluff. A lot of it is fluff, where they try to get you scared, they try to get you worried about things, concerned about things that's minimal, that's menial right now, like distractions. So I don't pay attention to the fluff. I worry about the nitty gritty, where they drop the bombs at. I kind of wait till that part happens. And in other news, me and him was talking, straight up and down. It's been 10 years since an American won the French Open. It's the French Open, right?
Yeah.
Coco Gauff. Congratulations to Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff for winning the French Open. No American has won since Serena won it back in 2015, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2015. Congratulations to her. And it was a great match. She beat the #1 player in the world. She was really, really trying to beat Coco. Coco wasn't trying to hear that. It was a tight game. Beautifully played. I can't say that they executed like Serena did, but she did enough to make herself great. And we rooting for her, Coco Gauff, we love you. Keep it up. Next, oh man, I'm saying this now. I'm gonna say this out loud, but I'm saying this to a lot of people. You cannot recreate the 90s, you know? It was a beautiful time. You had to be there. I was. West Side. But a lot of people are aiming for the 90s and they're having a problem with it because they can't recreate it. They can't catch the magic, and you never will, you know, because in the 90s they were trying to recreate that soulness of the 70s and they couldn't do it, you know, and they wound up making something beautiful out of it, which we call now the 90s, you know. So trying to sound like something actually creates something greater. So keep trying to sound like the 90s and you're going to make something different, you know. But then again, be wise about how the music that you made. You know, oh, Shakur, A. Marie was on Tiny Desk.
Yeah.
She sounded horrible. And I don't want to say nothing bad about her because I was a fan of hers. I went to a couple of shows and all that. One of my mans was in love with her. You know, she came to New York. He chased all around the city. I ain't be honest with you. He never could get in 5 feet of her. That's my word for real. You know, that was a real thing. But yeah, she had, and you know, and, so now, the people that care about her, you understand what I'm saying? I know she needed to check properly or whatever, but she clearly vocally was not up for the task, which means she should have really tried to get up to the task or had a background singer sing more with her or something, because she sounded horrible and she just devalued herself. And that's what I mean, you know, God bless her. I want her to do good and all that. But when you sounded like that on Tiny Desk, nobody's going to book you, baby. Nobody's going to book you sounding like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you know you got something coming up and it's important and it can raise the value that you're now at, prepare better and execute better. That's all. She sounded horrible, you know. She sounded horrible. So, because I'm now wondering, could she ever really sing for real? Like, you know what I mean? Straight up. And in other updates, you know, just because we're talking about it, Lala Batista denies Diddy cheating claims. All right. Listen, I know a lot of people don't like. A lot of women are mad about the DDG thing, but I feel like it's crazy because she got them grimy Rockefeller lawyers. You know, she got them. So he has to be careful in that. You know, but you know, about him cheating and all that, she just trying to do something else. You know, you can't. You know, a lot of women, when a lot of women know that their lives are being watched, you know, microscopically, they'll say he's cheating to justify the moves that they want to make. Okay? She just said you were cheating to justify why she went and did what she did or why she got caught up in what she got caught up. That's just an excuse for them not to say, well, she's a cheater. No, I didn't cheat. He's been cheating on me for months. And I got tired of it, so I went and got me a friend. When in fact, you just use that because just like everything else, when a woman says that he's going to be guilty, and then he has to prove himself innocent, you know. So, yeah, when the world is watching them, they will go to the fact that he's cheating on me. This is why I got caught in this situation with this person. This is why I'm interacting with that person. That's what those are. So you have to be mindful of those things too, you know. And another thing I wanted to talk about, if I be wanting to do these, what they call them when you act, I be wanting to do polls, right? So I'm gonna start doing polls and just get people's opinion. We're gonna talk about it, you know. One of the questions was, you and your girlfriend are meeting at your house, okay? You hear me, Ryan? You and your girlfriend are meeting at your house. She gets there 20 minutes before you. Where does she wait? Does she wait in the house with your husband, or does she wait in the car for those 20 minutes? That's the question. Okay. So, yeah, that's the first part of the question. So hit me in the chat, give me a response. If you and your girlfriend are meeting at the house and she gets there 20 minutes before you, does she wait in the house with your husband, or does she wait in the car? Talk to me, Chad. What we doing? Huh? Well, you know, on the flip side of that, you know, you and your man, y'all coming from two different spots. The game coming on at 8. He gets there 30 minutes before you. You still on the road. Does he wait those 30 minutes in the house with your wife, or does he wait in the car for you to come to watch the game? What's your answer, Shakur?
Wait, my answer to the first original question?
I just made it men. You and your man are meeting at your house to watch the game at 8. He's coming from upstate, you coming from Brooklyn. He gets there 30 minutes before you. Does he wait in the house with your wife, or does he wait in the car for you to come for those 30 minutes?
Wait in the car, man. Yeah, wait in the car.
Shakur said wait in the car. Me, I'm gonna have him sit in the house. I'm gonna have him sit in the house and wait for me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, it's an etiquette to all of this. And what's gonna be, you can't stop by being iffy and shaky and acting like you know. What you think about that? What your man gonna think about you? Like, nigga, I'm here before you and you got me sitting in the car. I don't want your wife, man. That's what you think of me? That's the way I would look at it. You understand me?
I'm talking about
If my man told me sit in the car till he get there, I'm gonna sit in the car till he get there. But on the inside, I'm gonna be like, nigga,
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm talking about me, a man of my stature. I would never. And he my man. He supposed to know that about me. That's the way I would think off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple of people come to my crib before I got here, and I had them wait in the crib till I came.
Yeah, but you know what it is.
I have done that before, you know. But some people, you know, the what you was going to say? The before thought. You know, people think ahead like iffy because they've been in situations, so they not trusting it. When in fact, what ain't yours ain't gonna be yours whether you try to avoid it or not. You know, and that's what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie. I just know some people just be uncomfortable just waiting there for somebody. They just be sitting there like just waiting there like.
Yeah.
Like in somebody else's space, and they know like, cause the nigga cool with your wife, cool with your kids and everything, but he still be like, man, I don't want to just be sitting in your crib while you not there. Like, personally, I don't want to be waiting in somebody's crib while they not there, nigga. I'll come back later. I'll come back when you're home, nigga. Like, I'll go to the store real quick, want to do what I gotta do, cause I don't want to just be sitting there.
That's a common courtesy. That's fire.
Yeah, but yeah. I know people that been in situations where, or I've been in situations where I got to somebody's crib before they got to the crib, and now I'm in the crib and there's nothing wrong, nothing's going on, but I'm just like, you feel me? You're not gonna move as because you know you're not in your house. You in your friend's house, so you can't walk to like when your man's there. You can walk to the kitchen because he know you there. You don't even want to make that. You don't even got that thought because you like I'm just wait till you get here.
Social media got a lot to do with that, man. People be leery, man. All kind of sneaky link shit.
It's like, nigga, what you sitting there waiting for me for? The fuck? Nigga,
well, no, say the game come on at 8 o'clock. He got there at 7:30. You not there yet. Yeah. He just came upstate. You coming from Brooklyn. Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna tell no lie. I've actually been in this situation, and I had my man waiting in the crib till I got there, and my wife was there. You know what I'm saying? I had some kids in there too, but you know, I've done it a couple of times, but I ain't gonna lie. You know, in my situation, man, listen, if he coming to my crib, that's my people's for real.
Yeah.
You know, now sidebar, that's my son. They ain't never seen no whole bunch of men in and out of my house, as long as they've known me. It ain't but 2 or 3 dudes that been in my crib all these years. Just 3. That's not one of my kids. And only one spent the night, one night.
Yo,
that was Mike.
And another thing though.
You
see,
know.
like, alright, like what's it called? Payday. My son dated, right? Yeah, he can get let in the crib, but I got friends that they are my friends, but I don't want them in my crib before I'm in there. But we're still friends.
Right.
But you see, me and Daddy, that's like my brother. Like, he's always, like, you know what I'm saying? Always around. Like, we always been cool.
I knew Daddy since 5th, 6th grade. He been in my house since 5th, 6th grade, Daddy. And he's 24 now.
So
he's just like one of my sons.
So you got,
at the end of, you know what I mean?
You got different, like, you fuck with all your friends the same, but at the same time,
Shout out Payday, what up?
You feel me? It's different type of friendships though. Like, how you say, you meet a nigga at work, y'all cool, y'all get along, you like, yo, bro, you gonna come over to watch the game? Cool. Nigga, we cool, we friends, and you coming over to watch the game. You beat me to my, but we ain't cool enough for you to be just waiting in my personal space while my wife do whatever the fuck she's doing. But I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? But we friends though, nigga. We been at work, you helped me out with the shit I helped you with something.
Yeah.
Now we meet up, now niggas is linking up. You're not the only person pulling up, there's gonna be probably a couple more people pulling up. But if you beat me there, you the first nigga to beat everybody there. But we only work friends. We wasn't friends outside of work.
Yeah.
Then you're not gonna be able. I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna be there in a couple minutes because you're not familiar with my crib. You're not familiar with my woman, being around my woman and all that. So it's just a different like.
I'll tell you, super smart.
Feel me? Just keep yo. I'll be right there.
Yeah.
Come right in when I'm coming in. But if it's like day or something, she would know him when we first met. When me and her first met.
She been knowing him as long as she been knowing you.
Because that's my closest friend.
Yeah, exactly.
He gonna bring his shorty probably. They gonna so she gonna be familiar with him. All right, yo, just set the game up and shit. Cause you've been in my crib already. We been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
But when you got different type of friendships, it's different type of friendships.
Now, see, so when you answer these questions, you really have to weigh the nature of the relationship you have with this person. You know what I'm saying? My friends might be different than your friends. You understand what I'm saying? My friends ain't gonna cross me in no shape, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? And I have faith in that. I believe in that. You know what I mean? And I'll never cross them. So the few friends I do have that I consider friends like that, they are allowed in my house. They don't come to my crib. I don't really visit them that much. We don't see each other that much because we all doing grown man shit on grown man time. But we make time to link up and hang out and shit like that. You know, we probably gonna watch the finals together, some shit like that. But other than that, you know, we all on our own time. You know, our kids is grown. We got grandkids, and we also setting up for our next stage of life. So it's just busy. You know what I mean?
Not to cut you off,
know what?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even used to seeing somebody even be in my a nigga just be in my crib
no, we have nobody just being in my crib.
You can't just be in my house. Like that's just you can't just be just lounging. Nigga, you go to a lounge. Like you know what I'm saying? Usually if Roman in the crib, somebody sitting right next to him. And alright, that's where your company is. But if I was to come walk in the crib and niggas just sitting there, yo, what's going on? I'm asking my mom, why he here? I'm asking my brothers, why they did? Why he just sitting in the living room? I'm like, you can't just be in a space, just being there. And niggas ain't familiar with you for real.
Yeah, real talk.
Being there, like
that is, I mean, you know, it's uncanny situation.
It just comes with it. I feel like it comes with it.
It comes with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because especially
it's your space.
Especially with all the things that people have seen, you know. We've seen women get caught cheating in their own house, you know. We've seen women get caught cheating in undisclosed locations. You know, trap houses and all kinds of stuff. But we seen, but you know, at that same time that woman got caught cheating in those situations, she was with a man that was rocking the same speed she was. You heard me? Birds of a feather flock together, you know. So yeah, those are real issues. My whole thing is, y'all know all these things take place. Y'all know these people are fishy. Stop letting it lead to violence where you risking your freedom and your time, you know, over moments that you ain't really supposed to be in the first place. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm gonna say this out loud. My son brought this up. It's very important. A lot of chicks had babies, and they were side chicks. Now, back in the days, if you was a side chick, you know you weren't supposed, and this man had a whole situation, you know you weren't supposed to have no baby by that man. You know you weren't supposed to have no baby by that man.
It's child support.
And you know, and you know, this before, I'm talking about before child support
before
it became a thing.
They weaponized it.
They weaponized it, yeah. They paid them to get divorced. They get paid to get divorced.
A shorty be like, oh, I ain't gonna lie, these niggas be also really lying too, selling dreams. Like some niggas just really trying to sell dreams. It's like, My nigga, you ain't a pimp, bro. You can't be selling the juice.
Hey, yo, first of all, the truth, a lie only hold up about 2 weeks. See, listen, if you with somebody for 3 years, right, all of a sudden in 3 years, you don't want them no more. You just woke up one day, you want to break up, right? A person got to ask themselves, what the hell you missed in them 3 years? What in them 3 years that you did not see for 3 years that you can't tolerate not one more day? You got to ask yourself, what were you blinded by, right? How you just woke up one day and you can't spend another day with this man all of a sudden? Out of nowhere. Last 30 days ago, y'all was perfect. You feel me? So a person has to ask themselves, what is it that you're missing in these people that you get with and you can't stay with? What is it that you're blinded by? Did you like them so much that you didn't see that they were a horrible person? Was the sex so good that you just forgot that he really don't got no job? You understand what I'm saying? What is the car he been driving you in, it turns out it's not his. You dig what I'm saying? What is it that you missed about that you like so much that you didn't see the wrong red flags about him? That's my point. So you have to examine yourself for that. How they keep on fooling you with this old nonsense and now everything is going to the left. You got to see these things beforehand. You understand what I'm saying, Shakur? Yeah, people missing it. All of a sudden he's a horrible person. He wasn't horrible for 3 years and now he's the worst man on earth. How you just not seeing that? I don't know. So I kind of feel like they got a lot to do with it too, And, we talked about, the aggression, the aggressiveness of people and women, And I really feel like don't no man want to go chest to chest with his woman, And a woman, they have to do a lot of things. But I do know that if a couple want to stay together, she got to let him drive the car. Got to believe in that man enough to let him drive the car. You can't be the passenger and drive, okay? Furthermore, have you ever followed his plan at all? You know that phrase, Shakur? Help me, help us. You heard? I don't want to debate with you and go back and forth with you about every move that I feel we should make for our growth and development. And it'll just be easier if you just take 2 steps back and let me rock. Just naturally assume, just naturally have faith. He's gonna get it done. He's gonna get us to where we need to be, and make him feel that, and that's how you go. That's what's gonna give you the longevity in your life. Listen, I don't need my woman to do what I do for her. I don't need my woman to do for me what I do for her. But in my spirit, I need to know that she will if she had to. I need to know that if she got to scratch my back and then pick me up, I need to know inside that she'll do it. All right? I need to feel that. It's going out here working in hurricanes, working in dangerous situations, all kind of shit that come back and nurture this woman's whole life and what they trying to build. She not risking the things he risking. He risking these things, but he's risking that with her involved because he know she's worthy of all he's given her. And I always told my sons, everybody not worthy of your best. So tread lightly. All right? Everybody is not worthy of your best. And you're going to have to really face that, But honestly, give old boy a chance. He love you to death. He'll go work in a hurricane for you to keep y'all life straight. He'll go work in a hurricane to keep y'all life together. He got that much love for you, This dude won't even go on a job interview and you've been begging him to get a job. He lying to you talking about some, he called, they ain't hit him back. If they hit that nigga back, he just ain't gone, So, like I said, face the realities in which you actually live. That's all I want to say on that. I ain't trying to put nobody down, but don't walk around. Don't be stupid on purpose, okay? When a person has a great option, all right, they will kick, fight, and scream, okay? Fight, shoot, and stab to not change that option, all right? The life that they live in today, beautiful. Even though they doing a couple of slithery moves on the side, right? And then they happen to get caught. They will go to war to not change the life they had last week, even though it's their fault that they did it. And this is why women put men up under charges. She the one got caught situation. Listen, it ain't what you know, it's what you can prove. Okay? You can't just screen somebody cheating and they haven't been red flat foot busted. And you can't turn into a victim when you get busted. You can't do that. You start using the legal system against somebody when you know you dead wrong. No, you dead wrong, you know. And a lot of this, I ain't gonna lie, it comes from a lot of men being way too sensitive about a whole lot of shit. You know, straight up and down for real. You know, you don't own that chick, man. You know, she not Miss Right. She Miss Right now. And you gotta face that. You know, you met her under some quirky circumstances. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all had to make a couple of moves in order to link, you know, because her life is complicated. You understand that? Her life is complicated. So now you can't come in there and try to maneuver her certain particular ways. Get your turn and go ahead. You understand what I'm saying? You trying to wipe a complicated chick? Yeah, well, problems come with that. God bless you. Hope you make it. But yeah, recognize those things, okay? You don't know how this woman keeping her rent paid. You don't know how she paying her car note and her car insurance. You just met her. But you feel like, oh, she's lit, she's on this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, she probably is. You know, but are you coming to help the situation or are you coming to hurt the situation? That's the way they're wearing it now. You know, so just recognize those things for what they are and move accordingly. That's all you really have to do, you know. Anyway, we just chopping it up right now, a couple of things. You know, y'all get a chance, you know, Page 5 Lit, please like and subscribe. You know, say get back with us, and we're going to definitely talk about a couple of things. We're going to come back in a couple of days to talk about some situations and circumstances on Page 5 Lit. We outside.